we're gonna try this again and not be so rude to YouTube. I guess because I was watching the game, they don't allow, I guess, for content ID for live streaming, because I did do a highlight video on my channel and it was fine. It was a content ID claim, but like it was still able to be on my channel because it passed the check. I guess because live streaming they have different rules. I'm glad I didn't get a strike. So I think YouTube, I guess YouTube were just trying to protect the NHL. So we're not going to do that, unfortunately. We're not going to watch the games, which is kind of sucky. I'm not sure if it's because I did full screen or it's because they're more strict for live streaming. But we'll go into the Canucks game against Kraken. They did lose 3-1, so we only missed the one Canuck goal, and it was from Tyler Myers. Let's just make sure the stream's back up here, so I'm not banned or anything. Let's try this again here. Let's double check. I'm sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to. Unfortunately, we're not going to watch the games, which is kind of sucky. I'm not sure if it's because I did full screen or it's because they're more strict live streaming. But we'll go. All right, that's okay. So that's not a big deal. We'll dive into the stats here. Archibald Baines is on the ice. Who was number 45? Sawyer Minio. Yeah, unfortunately, bro, you're going back to Abbotsford. That was really bad on one of the Seattle Kraken goals. Lankinen had a pretty good game for what I saw. All right. So Kraken, they lost to the Kraken in the third preseason game. The score flipped from the previous one when they were in Vancouver. And then when I was in Calgary, the Canucks played the Flames, and the Flames won 4-2. Unfortunately, Ryan Smith here, Utah owner with Gary Bettman, commissioner. Utah still winning 3-2, 9 minutes left. In this game, Flames, Pachal, Coleman, Lombard, and Kipiaka with the goals. Bunch of assists for Uyghur, Wayne Rooney, Hanley, Khrushchev, Pachal, and Lombard also got an assist. How was the save percentage for? Oh, they got 2 goalies in here. Devin Cooney had a 100% save percentage. Shilovs let in 4 goals. Nikita Tolopilo had 100% as well. They're just trying out here. We are so sorry, YouTube. The goals for the Canucks came from Lekramaki and Ratti. Assists from Hollander, Garland, Sprong, Susi. That was the 4th preseason game. 5th and 6th came against Edmonton. First game was in Edmonton. The Canucks lost 3-2, September 30th. Oilers, McDavid had 2 assists. Gleason, Corey Perry had a goal. Who's the other goal? Was it an own goal? Where's the other goal? I only read 2 goals, but okay. Okie dokie. Canucks, Archibald Baines, Nathan Smith with the goals. Friedman, Kudravavstev, I don't know how to pronounce that. Daniel Sprong with another assist. Lankinen had a pretty good game. 0.923 save percentage. But the Canucks lost though. Breakaway for Blackhawks saved. Oilers went 3-3 in their preseason. Canucks went 2-2 at the time. Canucks were 2-2 at the time. I think that's how it was. Okay. And then the final game, Canucks won at home. Canucks went 3-2 coming into this game. or after this game. Apologies, I think. I'm not sure why the numbers aren't adding up there. Archie Baines with a goal, DeBrusque with a goal, Pedersen with 2 assists, Amon, Heinen, Hoglander with an assist as well. Sprong got another assist, that's good. Susie with a goal, Quinn Hughes with a goal. Oilers, the only goal was from Evan Bouchard. Stuart Skinner, 0.88 save percentage. We love Stuart Skinner. Shelov's had a great game, only letting 1 goal and 29 shots. So, what are we thinking here? Canucks are at home against the Flames tomorrow. 7 minutes left in the Chicago-Utah game. Utah still leading 3-2. We're going to go to the Canucks website. This is actually better here. We're going to dive into the games again here. The Flames game, Sasson scored, assisted by Sherwood. Second period, Jake Bean, Kirkland Berry with the assists. DeBrusque had his goal with Quinn Hughes and Descharnay with the assist. Honzek with the goal, Hunt with the goal, assisted by Pospisil and Hunt. Basha assisted Hunt, unassisted for Daniel Sprong. DeBrusque got the game winner in overtime. Pedersen and Hughes with the assist. This was the second preseason game. Quinn Hughes had 2 points on that game. We didn't cover that game. But yeah, we couldn't find any highlights for that game, unfortunately. So, going to Calgary at Canucks tomorrow. Let's pull up the game here. Game Center. Okay, players to watch. Sam Kadri, Igor Sharagovich, with the goals. Nassim Kadri with the assists. Quinn Hughes with the assists, 75. Brock Besser with 40 goals. Miller with 103 points. This is the first game in the series. Canucks then play Calgary again at home November 12th. December 31st, turn of the year. Vancouver earned Calgary. And then the next game is in March in Calgary. Those are the 4 games. Goaltending. We expect Artur Shilov's the starting goal for the Canucks. In goal for the Flames, I have no idea. Would it be Vladar? Yeah, I think Vladar should start in goal here. Let's check the other game. Wolf played the other game. I'm not sure who their starting goalkeeper is, let's be real. I'm not a Flames fan. Should be Vladar. Shilov is expected in goal for the Canucks. Over to the Canucks. Garland, Pedersen, Besser, Miller, Hoglander, DeBrusque, Sprong, Heinen, Sherwood, Luger, Suter, Amon, Ratti. Yep, that looks about right. Those are the roster. Defensemen. Who's going to play? We know Q's Hronik. Desjardins Myers. Forbut. Susie. Is Juleson still injured? Let's read the Canucks Army article here. Let's make sure we're still streaming here. That sucked that we got our stream taken out, but we didn't have malintent. Come on, YouTube. Canucks get best scenario with today's NHL waivers. Sending Poolman and his $2.5 million contract along a 4th round for Eric Brandstrom. With Noah Jules and Mark Friedman currently slated to be Canucks 7th and 8th defensemen. Brandstrom was placed on waivers and signed to their NHL affiliates. Abbotsford Canucks. Flip it to the East Coast. The Boston Bruins signed Jeremy Swayman to an 8-year deal. Now with Swayman, Corpusala. Boston put Yuri Patera on waivers, who then nabbed from the Canucks last week. While everything's coming up for Canucks, Monday morning they were able to reclaim Yuri Patera from the Bruins. In fact, Sportsnet Alex Freeman reported that Vancouver was the only team to place a claim on him, meaning that he could freely be sent to the AHL without clearing waivers, as they were the original team to place waivers on him. Yeah, so Patera is back in Abbotsford Canucks in the AHL. Then shortly after Friedman was done making his waiver claims, Czech TV's Rick Dollywell shared that recently acquired defenseman Brandstrom had cleared waivers and would report to Abbotsford. That's good for the Abbotsford Canucks. Okay, so that's good. This is just talking about the Abbotsford Canucks. Well, we got confirmation on there that Juleson is the 7th and Friedman is 7th and 8th. Friedman was just put on waivers. So starting defenseman will be Susie 4, but Ty Myers and Jarnay, Hronik, Hughes. Shilovs will be in goal. I'm interested to see the starting lineup. Like, what are they gonna do for the starting lineup here? Well, this is wrong because we know Arshdeep Bains is no longer in the team here. That's wrong. So we got it here from Brendan Batchelor. Oh! 3 minutes left in the Chicago Blackhawks and Utah Hockey Club game. 3-2 for Utah still. So Heinen, Miller, Besser, DeBrusk, Pedersen, Sprong, Hoglander, Ratty, Garland, Baines, Bluger, Sherwood, Amo. That's wrong because Baines is not in the team. He didn't make the team. This is not current news, guys. What is this? What is this? I don't approve this. We know that Arshdeep Bains is back in Abbotsford. Guess that was just the game that they played, the last preseason game. Baines is going to be replaced by I think there was a tweet. Good save. Good save from Mrazek. Oh, missed the empty net there. This is what we're looking for. They have this by number, so don't get confused here. Brock Besser, Garland, JT Miller, Danton Heinen, Hoglander, Suter, Lice Pedersen, Sherwood, Bluger, Ratty, DeBrusk, Amal, Sprong. Susie, Ronick, Forbut, Hughes, Juleson, Friedman, Myers, Descharnay. Sheelovs and Lankinen are the first goaltenders. So just based off this and that, this is the lineups that they played their last game. And this was Friday's morning skate. Miller, JT Miller 9, Besser 6, left side Heinen. Okay, Garland's going to be on the third line. Garland will be on the third line or the fourth line with Bluger. Bluger's back. No Joshua. On the second line will be Pedersen, DeBrusk. Pedersen and DeBrusk. And Sprong. Might not be. They might put Hoglander on that line. Ratty, Sherwood. Oh. Gunther got the second of the night. Finishes the game 4-2. Utah Hockey Club have won their first franchise game in the NHL. 41 seconds left. 4-2 Utah. Pairings for in defense, it'll be Quinn Hughes and Hronek, Susie and Myers, Descharnay and Forbut, I believe. They don't want two big Myers and Descharnay on the same line. Definitely not. Go to the website, see the Canucks Central here. Demko and Joshua are on the injury reserve list. We're going to listen to some Canucks players here. Pedersen.
Well, BB, how much excitement is there now that you're just a day away from the season starting after what I'm sure felt like a long preseason?
Another goal for Utah here. Another goal, finishing at 5-2. That stadium is packed. Good tip in there. Ian Cole's on the team there. That's who's missing from the Canucks. Ian Cole. Mans was giving own goals for us in the playoffs. I witnessed an own goal there in Edmonton. That was funny. It was a liability, let's be real. Alright, it's official. Utah wins their first franchise NHL game. They already have towels, not even the playoffs. 5-2 final. Nothing new. Chicago Blackhawks lost. Nothing new there. I think Bedard got a point. Did Bedard finish with a point? Got 2 points, Connor Bedard. Nick Foligno with a goal. Teuvo Toivonen with the other. Vlasic with the assist, 2. Connor Bedard starts season off with 2 points. Gunther with 2 goals. Hayton Kraus with the late winner. Not the late winner, but the late one. And Keller. Ian Cole, no points. No shots on goal. Sergachev, Kresling with an assist. Dirtsey with an assist. Hayton with assist. Cooley with 2 assists. Ingram had a pretty good game. 25 saves and 27 shots. All right. Well, good for Utah Hockey Club. Start the season with the dubs. Their preseason went pretty good. They won against Blues. They won against the Kings. They lost against the Knights. They beat Avalanche. They beat the Sharks. Lost to the Ducks. Then they, in their final game, they beat Avalanche again. The Ducks is interesting. I heard that Trevor Zegras is back. He's no longer injured. Is that correct? He didn't play in this game. Trevor Zegras. Trevor Zegras. All right, let's listen to Elias Pettersson. We were rudely cut off there.
Get going again. I'm excited. Time to spend with Jake and Daniel through camp in the preseason. How comfortable are you with them building? Feels good. I think the more games we play with each other, the better it's felt. Jake is easy to play with, so strong there. So yeah, just keep on building every day and showing their ability to score. How much does that add to your ability to play?
Playing with Jake DeBrusk.
I mean, they get good spots. We get openings. I think the goal against Edmonton, Jake makes a great play to hold on to the puck droppers to me. Just those small details that, and if you do those continuous time, you get maybe 2 to 3 more chances per game. So, small things, but they adds up to the big things.
You guys had such a strong start last season. When you look at the factors that led to that, have you seen a lot of the same things in place heading into this season?
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone knows what we need to do to be good and keep on building on that. Last year was last year, but nothing will come easy. So I'm ready for puck drop tomorrow.
You've had kind of a similar power play group for so many years now. Adding DeBrusk into the mix, what's it been like? What do you like most about him that you?
No, he makes plays. He can shoot the puck. He can score. So I don't know. Maybe it'll take some time to get used to or find our looks, but everyone in the unit can make plays. So we just gotta play free and make the plays open.
When you're working with a new power play coach, are there new concepts there, new details to work on, or is it?
He helped out a lot last year, so I wouldn't call it a full new coach in that aspect, but he always he watches a lot of video, helps out, and has a lot of ideas, so it's good to bounce off some ideas with him.
JT talked about liking having Jake as a left shot in the middle there and maybe getting back to some of the looks you guys had with Bo in that spot a few years back. Do you see that as well?
Yeah, definitely. To have that left in the middle to get those looks and our setup definitely helps out having a left there.
All right, some tapered off confidence there from Elias Pettersson. He needs to start the season off good. He needs to play it well, get a goal. Hopefully he's recovered from his injury that was nagging him. We'll listen to Niels Höglander with his new contract here.
Niels, just your thought on signing a contract extension and having some certainty here in the longer term.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here a couple more years, and I think we could have a really good run these couple of years, so I'm excited.
What does it say about their faith in you to commit that much term and dollar?
Yeah, I mean, they give me the trust to be here a couple more years, so I'm excited to be here.
Personally, you scored 24 goals last year. What's the goal now that you're kind of established, not just in the lineup but contractually as well? What do you want to show going forward?
Just keep building from last year. I know I could do that, so that's my goal this year, and just keep building these years.
Does it give you a certain comfort level to know that you're signed for another 3 years? Does it make you feel more comfortable to just play, not worry about it?
Yeah, of course, a little bit. It does. I mean, I'm gonna be here for a couple more years, and it's gonna probably help me out a little bit more. But yeah, I feel
a few more years, 3 years.
Working on the power play in practice, you didn't get a lot of power play time last year. Is there a bit of a learning curve, an adjustment to playing on the power play here?
Yeah, it is. And see what role I can fit in best in. I think down low is a pretty good look for me. So yeah, keep building from that.
With the contract being signed and now preseason's over, where's your excitement level at tomorrow night?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. A long preseason now, so I think all of us is ready to jump in for a season, so it's gonna be fun.
You guys had a PD last year. What about playing with Connor in the line? It looks like you'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah, good. Garley's a really good guy. Feels like we can build some chemistry together, so I'm looking forward for it.
You guys had such a strong start to last season. Do you see
a lot of factors that led to that Ratty, Garland?
I would say so. I'm ready to go in for a new season, and I was saying it has been a long and good preseason, so I think a good start will be really good for us.
Did you think that this day was going to come around?
Yeah, that was the goal, I think, so, yeah.
Rick told us a couple days ago that
Speaking of Garland,
you're going to be ready for Wednesday. Is that still the case?
Yeah, it was nothing, so just a couple relaxing days just to get ready. So no, we're excited. Can't wait. We've kind of been in this mode for a while now, and fun to start.
When you look back at last season, obviously you guys had the great start. What are some of the things that you think led to that, and do you see those things happening again?
Just our hunger, our focus. We had another good camp this year. Our practice has been really good, so that's a good sign for the first few games. But we just got to come out ready to play every team. You look at the schedule, there's not one easy game. Every team got better in the summer, and we feel we're one of them, so we're excited to get out and show what we're capable of.
You won't have Dakota on your line tomorrow night, but Neil's there. What does he bring? How does that change the game?
Yeah, fantastic player. He's fast. It was hard to knock off the puck.
So it's going to be Niels, Höglander, and Blucher, maybe? I don't think so, because Blucher is the fourth liner. This is wrong. Baines is not on the team anymore. That was just the last game. Suter. Interesting how they're going to line up here. Höglander, Garland, and who's in the middle? It's either going to be Suter Amon or Ratty. Amon's a center. He's playing left.
He plays under people. He can score. So I'm very excited about playing with him. I don't even know who our center is, but we're excited about it. And we just want to get in there.
Bro, I'm trying to figure out their center. They don't even know their center either. At least I know I'm not crazy. Like, I'm trying to figure out their center. He just said he doesn't know their center. Let's replay that.
It's war. So I'm very excited about playing with him. I don't even know who our center is, but we're excited about it. And we just want to get on the forecheck, play to our style of hockey, and
Might be Suter, maybe.
It would be a good line for us.
There's not a lot of admiration you have for hockey. Go through what he went through to get that contract extension Sunday and just grind hard.
Well, he didn't go through too much. I was one of the guys that talked to him when he got sent down in Abbey. I remember that. I had started in the minors and worked my way up. He went a little bit of a different path, but I think it was really good for him. And so I told him it's going to be good for him to learn so much about the pro game without the pressures of the NHL and the media and having to win each and every night and not being able to learn and make mistakes. So I think it was huge for him. You can see what type of player he's become, and he's only going to get better. He's a guy who loves the game and likes working at his craft. So he's going to be a fantastic player in a few years.
You talk about your centers. You spent a lot of time with Otto in the preseason on that line. Just what do you make of the camp that he had and being able to break?
Yeah, he's a different type of player, cerebral player, makes plays off the rush, really good at the face-off. Not overly tall, but pretty heavy, so easy guy to play with. Kind of a prototypical center, and he's got two smaller guys with some speed, so we'll if it's him tomorrow, I'm sure we'll have our game plan for a counterattack.
You joked a moment ago about sort of taking the weekend off, but when you skated on Friday, was it the intention? Did you arrive at the rink thinking you were going to?
Yeah, I just had something happen during the morning skate. It was nothing. I wanted to play, and our trainers were. It's a preseason game. Regular season game, any game of the year, I'm playing. So it's just a preseason game. Last one, there's no need. So it was probably the right decision. I'm just glad I'm playing tomorrow.
I saw you having some discussions with Hoaglander on the power play. He's kind of new to that role.
Yep.
What kind of discussions you have?
Yeah, just helping him. I played that position for 3 years in Arizona on the net front. It's a little different now with more diamonds, so he's actually going to get more touches, more time with the puck. Especially with us having a shot threat this year, and the other half was stronger. So just helping him know, he's a big part of it. Sometimes the front guys think, they're just there to get rebounds and open netters, but that's not the case anymore with the diamond. So he's going to be a big part of it, and run a lot of stuff to him. So just talking through.
I'm guessing he was talking about Jake DeBrusk there, because Jake DeBrusk will be on the power play. Let's listen to Jake DeBrusk here.
Well, after a long preseason, how excited are you guys to get after it tomorrow?
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while. Obviously, even coming down, I think a little bit early before training camp and everything, preseason, all that stuff. It's kind of crazy seeing teams already playing some games and things like that. But I'm excited to get the ball rolling here, and this has been something I've been thinking about ever since I've signed. And excited to start off on the right foot.
I know you didn't play a ton of minutes together in the preseason, but how do you feel about the chemistry coming along with Elias and Dan?
Yeah, like you said, I think that we got some reps towards the end of the preseason, and I think it's been getting better. Obviously, we're still trying to read each other, as we all haven't really played with each other before. So, but saying that comes with good moments and bad moments. I think the thing that we need to focus on, I guess, as a line is just play a simple game, obviously, to start out with, and let our skill kind of take over from there. Obviously, with stronger speed, with PD's vision, I just need to get pucks back for them and go to hard areas.
How about your role on the power play?
Yeah, I think that's been obviously something I haven't really played too much, through my career. But saying that there's so many good players out there that I'm just trying not to overthink where I'm supposed to go and just keep my stick on the ice and vary the chances that I get. I mean, JT's so good down there, just kind of making those little sauce passes, and it doesn't seem like you're open, but you are. So it's one of those things that I think the more reps and more plays that we start running is always helpful for guys like me. But saying that game action is always a true test, and looking forward to hopefully getting some greasy ones there.
Is there an adjustment to the power play where it may look easier than it actually is to get out there? Is it because you got the extra man, but is there an adjustment period to how you play 5-on-5 to the adjustment to the power play?
Yeah, I think possession's king. Obviously, it's one of those things that there's 4 guys out there that are specialized to kill as well. It's also another thing where it's very defensive. They can just clear and ice the puck. I mean, comes down to just simple things in hockey. Just getting possession, outnumbering them. You should have a 2-on-1 somewhere. But saying that with how many teams play the diamond or different T-sections, there's different things that they do to counteract guys in our team, and we do the same thing with video and certain things. So it does look easy. There's probably lots of times where people want us to shoot the puck, but it's one of those things where sometimes it's not the look.
Is the bumper an area especially with JT feeding you like a bumper?
Yeah, I think anybody would be. It's a lucky position to be in. I think that's not something that I'm not taking for granted. I just want to do it right. And obviously, it's not going to be like a glove. But in saying that, I think that there's lots of room to grow. I just don't want to be a liability out there on the bumper. I don't really know how you can be, but. Just hopefully I can 2-1 down low with Rock a little bit. And I think anytime, like I said, anybody in that position is lucky, and it's a position that I don't want to lose, and I'll do whatever I can to make it go smooth.
Are you a 30-goal guy on PP1 and with that line, Jake? You think you have that potential?
I think that was pretty close 2 years ago. In different kind of scenarios, I was also on that first power play unit. I think it was that was the year I missed some time. So that's obviously something that I haven't hit my career yet. Obviously, I want to get there. And there's a lot of weapons here and a lot of different types of opportunities I can see. But in saying that, I'm not putting numbers on the season. I haven't even put the jersey on for real yet.
That's true. All right, that's a bunch of players we've listened to here. Probably listened to Toch. Oh, they're all over the place with the audio here. Super low, super high.
Yeah, it's just, it's not set in stone. Like I said, it's a lot of paper stuff, but, Batesy could come back up. I think he's had a good camp, and, he's vying for position, so that's kind of where we're at. But, he won't be in tomorrow, but he could be in Friday.
What about Frieden? What was the decision?
Just numbers. There's, we couldn't carry 8, so it's all these numbers and puzzles and stuff like that. So, unfortunately, he had a really good camp, so it's not an indictment of him. It's just the numbers game.
Having Garland back out there today, does that make an option for tomorrow?
Was that a question about bands?
Your roster yesterday, just talk us through the decisions that went into Atu staying and ultimately Arsh going out.
Arsh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's not set in stone. Like I said, it's a lot of paper stuff, but I think he had a pretty good practice. He was smiling, so usually I haven't talked to him. That's a barometer that he feels good. So I'll talk to him here in an hour or so. Find out later.
Is Hoagie's game finally into sort of where it should be, getting the contract extension on Sunday?
Yeah, it's he's a big part of our team. Like I said, look at the stats last year: 24 goals, no power play time, not much power play time, or no power play goals. And I find this year, obviously, he came in. I think he was our fittest guy, which is great. And then I think his hockey IQ has definitely gone up, like in situational hockey. So we got to keep working at that, and I think he deserves that contract.
Oh, Boglander. Sorry.
Yeah, I just think for me it's in the neutral zone. I find he's a lot more. He knows where to go, because sometimes he dives in or does something not critical, but it does put a stress on the D sometimes when he makes a bad read. I think he's really been conscious of that, so I got to give him a lot of credit.
Rick, you worked with that first power play unit quite a bit. You get Jake DeBrusk now on that unit. What's the best thing that he can bring to that? You see the other forward.
DeBrusk on the power play?
Well, I think he gives that puck in the middle. He's got that shot. He's a goal scorer, so I think that is going to make teams collapse a little bit more and protect the middle, and that means more shots for PD, maybe even Hughes at the top. But we got to use those other options. Speed on the break-ins, retrievals, just a bunch of things like that.
You didn't really have a dedicated power play coach last year. Now you've got Yogi working with the top power play unit. What difference has he made in practices, and what ideas is he bringing to the table?
Yeah, it's I sat with Yogi a lot this summer and told him, a lot of the philosophies were the same. Plays to me, it's more where I can help Yogi with the players is the mindset, the connection, and that's what this power play needs. They got to be connected, and they have to understand it's not about always setting up a play. It's more of when you get a puck off chaos, can we score off that? That's most of the time you score anyways. I think we're not one to think Edmonton to these teams when you get the puck, when the other team's vulnerable, they're really going to attack. We weren't last year, so that's what we have to change the mindset. So Yogi's coming in with some really good ideas also, but the guys love him. So right away I can feel that there's a connection with him, and they don't want to disappoint him either. I think that's a big part of it. They want to do well for him too. I like that.
You mentioned improve his hockey awareness and IQ. A player that also needed to round his game out a bit more might have been Sprong. What have you seen?
Bedard tried to do another Michigan today. I missed that. That was a fail.
There's going to be a lot of minutes if he does continue to play with Petey and Jake on that line. What do you think you see from him in terms of?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a hell of an opportunity, right? So, but I still want him to be himself. Like, I don't want him to think so much. He is. You watch him practice. I mean, he's got a hell of a shot, and he can make some plays. But he has to understand who he is on that line. He's got to make sure that if I'm counted to be this guy, I have to be that guy. You can't just wander around where you want to go when we're in vulnerable positions. I think that's really, he's had a tough time over his career, diving in, not being the third guy when he should be, being the guy that has to go to the net on this play, not the guy that wants to be the shooter. I think that's the key to that line. Is you have three shooters. They're all shooters, but they can't all be shooters every night. Somebody's got to be the net front guy every once in a while. So they just got to share responsibility. So when it comes to Spronger, he's got to make sure he has a share when it comes to that, and keep working. I thought he's done a nice job of going to the coaches, asking questions, and applying it. I think he's done a nice job doing that so far.
I know that JT didn't necessarily do everything during training camp in the preseason, just given the tweak he was dealing with. But what kind of chemistry do you see from Gannon, and how does he fit with JT and Brock?
Well, I think his speed. I think forechecking is going to help that line. Hockey IQ. Millsy can play even a little bit more aggressive offensively, knowing that Heinen is there to help him. That has the speed to help him. I think that helps. He can come up loose pucks for Brock. Brock's a shooter. So, I think for Heinen, you can tell he came from Boston. They're a structured team. You can tell he's got that hockey acronym, the IQ. That's one of the reasons why we got him. So I think when you go on that line, if you kind of have a good hockey IQ, you'll be successful with that line.
What are you most wary of tomorrow? There's a lot of anticipation, but against the team you dominated last year. What are you more concerned about tomorrow night?
Well, I think opening night, everybody, sometimes it's over glorified. Like, we win 5-0, lose 5-0. You can't have it. I know the way it works. When opening night, everybody just, this team seems to win the Stanley Cup. They have a great game. If they lose, oh my God, what's going to happen? So I just think about day by day. I was worried about today. I told the players, let's have a good practice. We're about Calgary tomorrow. That's the way we did last year. I think we got to do it again. I know it's the same old thing, but it's day-to-day stuff. That's what we have to do.
What do you like most about your team? Now that you've seen through the preseason and camp, what are you most excited about?
Well, I think the depth, the competition. The competition is good where, guys know they got to stay on top of their game. You can lose some minutes or lose a position. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world, but I think internal competition has helped. And it's a close group. I think the new guys and the young guys have really fit in well. I know it's only been 3 weeks, but you can see the gel. I've liked that. And for the most part, the pace and the work ethic of the guys I've really liked this 3 weeks.
And you've talked a lot about pace. You've also mentioned at times sort of risk reward and how you can find more ways to get scoring chances. Do you think you're going to be a more aggressive team this year?
Yeah, I do. I think we're really working on when to be aggressive and when we have the team vulnerable and taking advantage of it. I think last year we didn't take advantage of the opportunities if we had a non-man rush. I think we've really, as a coaching staff, dedicated a lot to explain to players, hey, these are the times when you got to go, and these are the times when you can't. Playing Edmonton the other night, when they start to play well, that's where game management comes in, where, a guy has the puck. We need this guy to make the right plays to get guys off, or we try to make a so-called rush play. That's not the time. So I think it's going to take some time, when to do it, when not to, but we'll get it. I just think that's really when it comes down to game management, when to do it, when not to do it.
You just mentioned Hoglander didn't have any power play goals last year. You've got him on the second unit. what do you like about him on the second unit, and do you feel like you have a little more talent on that second unit that you can maybe get some goals from?
Yeah. I mean, that was a big thing for us going into the summer. Like, you know, like we got to strengthen that second unit, right? Can they chip in for us? For Hoggy, you know, for him, I like him around the net, and he's a retrieval guy. And if you look at his goals last year, most of the goals were his hands around the net. So that's why I like him around there. You know, he's not a guy, a half-wall guy who's going to play like Kucherov or anything. He's not that tight. He's just kind of like a buzzsaw around the net. And that's what I want him to do, because he can be really good at that. And he had goals that way, so now you're going to be in a position where you have one less guy, so can he do the same thing? That's our thought process with Hoggy on the power play.
Any kind of an update on Joshua, when he might skate, maybe?
He's going to be skating, I think, here soon. He's coming on the road trip, so I think he's going to get some skates. I don't know the exact how many times he will skate, but I know he's definitely in a good frame of mind, which is good.
Do you know much about with the hurricane barreling toward Tampa? Have you heard anything about possibly postponing?
I don't know. All I know is, you know, they've had a tough time. Actually, John Cooper texted me, and they're everywhere. I think they're in South Carolina, they're somewhere, and it's a tough go for those guys. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if, you know, it'll be fine if we go down there. You know, I don't know.
All right, that was head coach Taka. Media trained. Like playing down the importance of the first game. Trying to find a template that I can make my own line here, because this is not accurate here. What the heck is this? Whatever, we'll use this thing here. The first line, yeah, Miller, Besser, Heinen. That's correct. Pedersen, DeBrusk, Sprong. That should be correct. Hoglander and Garland, not Sherwood. In the middle, Garland has no idea who's his center. It's going to be either Ratti, Amon, or Bluger. Sherwood will be pushed to the fourth line with the center undetermined, and Suter. Suter could be center though. So it's either going to be Suter playing out wide or in the center. Bluger, Sherwood. Amon might be a healthy scratch. Right? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, Amon's going to be a healthy scratch most likely. It'll be Hughes and Hronik, that's correct. Susie Myers, Forbut, Ducharnay. Shilov's in goal to start the season. Is that all the videos? I think we watched all the videos now. Thought we didn't. Patrick Alvin here. Let's play Patrick Alvin.
Can we just get started with Neil's outline and the contract extension from yesterday? How did that come together for you guys?
Well, I think Nils Berndt, going back 2 years ago when I was sitting in my office with him and making a hard decision for him going down to Abbotsford and kind of resetting his game and learning how to play the right way. He wasn't happy about it, but he accepted it and he trusted the organization, and he got better ever since. And the way he carried himself, I think it's important for all our young players to see the commitment to his fitness level and the way he plays and the way he practices every day. And still young, and we believe that there is more to come in this game.
Can you walk us through the Yuri Patera situation? How that's unfolded for you guys?
I think Boston apologized, but that's part of the business. And Jerry, he told the staff in Abbotsford how much he liked it and he wanted to be part of it, and we're excited to continue to work with him. So he's a good goalie and a good depth guy for us.
How did you, and after Roger makes the team out of camp this year, what did you guys like so much about what he did?
Same there. I think Andrew now is going into his third year pro and learning the details, playing a 200-foot game, very smart, committed, and just coming in every day to prove something. And he earned every day here. That being said, it's not going to get any easier. You're going to continue to work hard, and the competition we have on roster spots, and so far is still here.
How difficult was it to have the conversation with Archdeep that he was heading back to Abbotsford with the camp that he had, the summer that he had, because he looked like he was in great shape?
Absolutely, it was tough. Rick and I met him this morning. We still have a couple of days before opening night. Things could change, but again, I'm very pleased with his season last year, the way he prepared himself for the summer, and I thought he, from Penticton to yesterday, I thought he just got better and better, and especially the last two games against full lineup of Edmonton there, I thought he carried himself really well. So we're definitely excited. It's still in the mix. Talk hasn't made up his mind for the lineup on Wednesday yet, so we'll see here what the next
Talking about Ratty.
practice and we'll go from there.
You put Thatcher on the injured list. Any more clarity as to where he may be a month from now, weeks from now, and where do you gauge where he's at from day to day, week to week?
Yeah, Thatcher and Dakota is on non-roster IR. Nothing has really changed in terms of his timeline. I mean, Thatcher is very committed. He's been skating almost every day on his own or with the injured guys, and he's doing his rehab. I think at this point, the luxury of having Seeloffs and Lankinen here, we don't feel we need to rush Thatcher, and I think that's important for his long-term health and also being around the guys here. He seems to be very upbeat and good spirit, and he's coming along really well.
We've heard the same thing about Dakota as well, that Rick said he was probably going to go out on that first road trip. Is he making progress? Is he skating?
Dakota has been skating, I believe, for a week now with Jason Krog and Demko in the morning.
That's good to hear. Dakota's skating, recovering from his cancer there. According to NHL 25, the New York Rangers will win the Stanley Cup. Got Canucks versus Oilers in the second round again. Canucks versus Seattle Kraken. Interesting. They have Boston coming back end of the season and beating the Panthers in the first round. Nashville Predators going all the way to the conference final here. Yeah. We'll see about that. Did anything move here? Betting lines. Canucks are still most favorited team out of all games tomorrow. What is the over and under for She Loves saves? If I could find it. Where are the goaltender stuff? On the first page? That's weird. Player props. Where's the save props here? This is really weird. Come on, play now. What's going on here? Is it only in the same game parlay selection? This is how much I know the website. I have no idea where's the save counter here. Did they completely remove it? They completely removed it. What is this? That's very weird. This is why I don't bet, because I can't even maneuver the website. I guess they removed it.
So he's definitely making progress, and he's same thing there. It's been a tough couple months for him here, but being around the guys and being around the team, he definitely is making progress here.
Can you tell us about Bramstrom and sort of your plans there? And was that a player that you had any interest in the summertime when he was available?
We talked about Bramstrom within our staff with his ability to move pucks and power play option. We didn't feel that, I think there are two things. I think the competition we had and the makeup of our roster at that time, we felt there wasn't really a fit there, but definitely a guy that our pro scouts seeing as an option for us, that he cleared waivers here means we can continue to work with him and hopefully being a depth option and letting some of the younger players grow their game more in atmosphere.
With what you were able to do today, I mean, you had 13 forwards, you have guys on IR, but nobody on LTIR. How much of a game changer for setting the roster was the Poolman trade and getting that flexibility?
Yeah, as I said, we had different options, different ideas if we weren't able to execute a trade there, but definitely helps us. Definitely helps the competition with some flexibility here now. And I think all good teams have depth, and all good teams have the internal competition. So I'm happy for our coaches to have harder decisions to make here now. Good for the younger players to get a chance for the call-ups, and I think it's going to be a lot of hungry younger players in Abbotsford this year.
And if you think back to a month ago, before training camp, and where the organization was, so there was obviously uncertainty in goal. You knew that you were up against the cap and might have to do something. You had all these new players that were an unknown quality, and they all seemed to have blended in quite well. How happy are you with the runway and the way you've positioned the team to start the season?
I obviously putting a structure and system in place have definitely helped our younger players. I think a year ago when we played preseason games, the younger players, it was tougher because the veteran guys who were just adjusting and learning the system. We saw different here that it was easier to plug in the younger players, obviously with more experience and more talent to play and compete against, especially the last game in Edmonton there, more so a full lineup for them. And our young guys did really well. And I think as we move along here, I definitely see more younger players competing for roster spots and pushing our older guys, which is so important here. And I think that's something that I'm very pleased with, and I think we're happy how the training camp have gone here. I think the new guys have coming in and integrated really well with the team and the coaches, and we prepared ourselves really well here for opening night.
Patrick, how excited are you as a general manager at the prospect of accruing cap space this year, and what that means you can do during the season?
Yeah, I think it definitely it's easier to work not being in LTIR and the difficulties of setting your kind of roster as we did last year. I think this definitely gives us more flexibility, and as I said, I'm excited about the competition here.
In the absence of Thatcher in the short term here, how comfortable are you, how confident are you in what you've got in goal to start the season?
I'm very confident with Seeloffs and Lankinen, and Kevin had come in here with a great attitude, and he's an experienced goalie. His work ethic is pushing Seeloffs, and I think Seeloffs have responded really well. I think those guys are set us up really well, and I think the coach is obviously going to make a decision who's playing. But I'm very comfortable with those guys carrying the load here.
Patrick, how leery were you when you were building the roster as well as the style of play that Rick wants to play this year when you look at the careers that guys had last year? Because not everyone's going to have a shooting percentage like they had. Nils, Brock, JT. Did that play into some of your mindset with the style you wanted to play this year and the way you constructed the roster?
Yes, obviously, Rick and I talk every day, and definitely we're sitting down after last year and looking through how do we get better, what type of player types do we need. We felt we needed more speed. I hope we can still push players to have career years ahead of them, and finding the consistency now. I think that's the next level that Rick's talking about, like Brock Besser, Niels Hogman, or Patterson, those guys having to find the consistent level. I think that's where the next level of being a good team and good individuals. And I would add pieces here to give us more competition. I can already see that in the practices here too, that the guys are growing and pushing each other, and so far I've been very pleased with what I've seen.
Patrick, when Dakota and Thatcher come back, might be a little bit from now, but can you tell us kind of what the plan is once everybody is healthy, how the roster might look, if you're going to go with 2 forwards, 3 defensemen?
I think that will somehow the players will dictate that over the course of time here. Again, this gives us a chance to look at some of the younger players before Dakota and Thatcher comes back. Again, healthy competition, and nothing is set, and we have options if we want to keep 3 goalies. 13 forwards, 12 forwards, that's something that the coaches and myself will work through here over the next couple days, weeks, months, and nothing is set.
I know health is going to be the paramount thing for Thatcher, but when will it be like 100% for him? Do you know?
I wish I had that, but I don't. I think,
no answer.
Again, he's working so hard, he's so committed and determined.
I think I read 3 or 4 weeks, but
he's definitely getting closer. But
lagging injury.
I think we know more once he joins the team in full practice.
What have you seen from Petey here through camp and the preseason games that he played? I mean, didn't necessarily stand out. He had a nice pass to Carson, obviously, but it's go time. Starting on Wednesday, the contract kicks in and all of that. Like, I think he's ready to crank things up.
Well, absolutely. I think he's excited about the new players we got here in his line, and the expectations is definitely higher. The standard is higher here now, and we're going to continue to push all of the players. I think he demands more out of himself, and obviously we need him to play to his level of what he's capable of, and that line that the coach have together right now with Nebraska and Sprong and Petey could be a very dangerous offensive line. So I think we're just going to continue to push each other here and grow as a team, and he's a big part of it. And I know that he's not satisfied. I think he always want to get better. So I think he's definitely has another level.
When we met with you at the end of the season, you sort of opened with, I'm not happy because we're eliminated and playoffs are still going on. Do you ever get to a point where you allow yourself to be optimistic, or is it?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but what I do like is the internal drive here in the organization. Just, the front office, the coaching staff, the players who always want to push each other. We want to get better, and I think that's it's a healthy sign in an organization. And every meeting I have with the coaches, we don't always agree, but we support each other in the decision, and I think that's healthy. And I think the coaches we have here, they always have the energy to push players harder, and I believe that the players like it. I believe that the players want to be in that kind of environment where they feel they grow and learn and get better, and we've got to continue to do that and continue to become a better team.
When does the GM get a day off?
That's I don't know. We'll see. We take it later on.
How have expectations changed? I mean, last year was great. I thought you had a great summer with everyone that you brought in. It's been a good camp for everybody. Expectations, obviously, go up every single year, but how realistic are the expectations with what you've done?
Well, I think, again, internally, I think the players have raised the standard. They've done that. So my expectations is always higher on the individuals, but when they respond to raise the standard of practice habits and details and how they prepare themselves, it's something that thrives for the whole organization. And nothing's going to change for us. We have a lot of things to prove here every day, and the mindset we kind of created last year, that the next game mentality, that's how we want to continue to build here. We just need to find a way to get better every game. We know it's going to be harder. It's never going to be any easier. So we got to learn, and we're going to continue to push forward.
All right. That's it from the general manager, Patrick Allvin. Cards held to his chest. A lot of new signings, good business. Definitely did a good off season. Props to him and Jim Rutherford. it's just about, as he said, like Pedersen, Hoglander, Brock, consistency. Really hope that Pedersen is injury free, play freely. Going over to the betting, I ain't the biggest better, but for the Canucks game tomorrow against the Flames, Canucks are home. I'd say over 3.5 goals. Is there even an option for over 3.5? It's 4.5. Over 3.5 for Canucks. It's kind of pushing it. Don't know if they're gonna be flying. Unfortunately, over 3.5 is not even an option here on play now. But I'd say Canucks 60-minute line if you want a little bit more boost compared to the money line. Don't think it's going overtime. I would say pretty basic, but Quinn Hughes to have over 0.5 points. I think he can get a point tomorrow. What are some pre-built SGBs? Single game parlays. Canucks to win, each team over 1.5 goals, and Brock Besser to score a goal. Canucks to win, over 5.5 goals, Elias Pettersson to score a goal. Canucks to win, Canucks -2 puck line, 2.5 puck line, Brock Besser to score a goal. Damn. Canucks to win the first period, over 1.5 goals in the first period, and each team over 4.5 goals. That's harsh. These pre-built ones are not easy. Yeah, these are a bunch of scams. I wouldn't really go for this. Now we're just talking crazy right there. Yeah, safe bets. Maybe Pedersen over 0.5. Win by a shutout? Highly unlikely. No team will win by a shutout, in my opinion. I think Calgary can score. They are looking a little bit better. Kuzmenko's playing the Canucks. I thought that was an error for a second, but I realized it's Calgary. Yeah, I think that's it for my bets. No team to keep a shutout. Quinn Hughes over 0.5. Even Elias Pettersson over 0.5. Over 3.5 goals. 4.5 is what it's given here, so I'd say go over 4.5. Both teams to score over 0.5. Yeah, that's pretty basic. I think both teams will score. I think that's it. Really don't really have any other picks for bets. That's done. In regards to the other games, in regards to the money line, I'd go Leafs I think Pittsburgh can get a W. Oilers, yes. The money line for Golden Knights and Avalanche is split. That's a tough game to call. I'll go Colorado there. So Toronto, Pittsburgh, Canucks, Oilers, Colorado Avalanche. Those are my picks for Wednesday's matches. Toronto have 2 games in 2 days. Interesting. They play on Thursday as well. Alright. Well, I think that's going to wrap the stream here. Sucks that my first video got cut. But thanks to everybody who tuned in. I'll try to do this every pregame the day before. Maybe even a review on some nights after the Canucks play. Maybe tomorrow I can hop on here. We'll see. Have a great night and good luck to the Canucks. Game 1 of 82 tomorrow.